Okay, perfect. Wonderful. So we are recording. So welcome to our Essential Emotions class. This class is one of my favorites to teach, and I just want to share a little bit of a background on who I am and why I have such a passion for this class. So if you're hopping on, if you wouldn't mind going ahead and muting yourself, make sure, whoops, let me get back over here so we don't lose you guys. Make sure that you are muted so we don't get the background noise, okay? And I think everybody looks like we are. So, okay, so again, my name is Jenny Starnes, and I think most of you know me. If you don't, I am a wellness advocate with doTERRA Essential Oils, and I'm actually a gold leader as well with doTERRA. I have been with doTERRA for 4 years and absolutely love sharing essential oils and what these amazing gifts of the earth that God made, God created, what they can do for our bodies. So my husband is Wayne. We have been married for a long time. We have 5 children, and we're a homeschooling family. Our kids' age ranges from 7, 8, 13, 15, and 18. And so we are just so thankful to be able to share these amazing natural solutions. And I just wanted to share a little bit of my journey. I know that, goodness, talk about emotions. An emotional roller coaster. I mean, what we have experienced over the past couple of months, I don't know that anything can really top what we've experienced. It has been quite the emotional roller coaster, right? So we have all been dealing with so much recently. And I know that all of us together, there's just so many different, probably every single day, I mean, multiple times a day, you're going through all sorts of different emotions. Am I right? Yes. So we've all had that, and we've all been through experiences in life that our emotions have been up and down and everywhere in between. And, how do we navigate that? What do we do when, life throws us a curveball and things that we totally are not expecting? Like, how do we cope with that? And what happens to our body physically when those things happen? So I wanted to share a little bit about my life personally, and just to give you a background, because I'm just going to be very honest and very upfront with me, who I am as a person, and how I have dealt with the things that have happened to me. And I will just say that God has really brought me on a joy journey, honestly, and that has become my life theme, is joy. So many of you know me and know that that is like my whole life theme. It's all about joy and helping people to understand how to choose joy in their life, no matter what's going on around them. So, little background. So my husband and I, like I said, have been married for quite a while. He was in the military, and actually when we got started with essential oils, that's really one of the main reasons that we started, because of his military background and us wanting something to help him. And so I'm going to kind of back up. So when we were pregnant with our first child, and like I said, our oldest, he's 18. So this was, over 18 years ago. We were pregnant. One of the happiest times in your life, right? Like, you're so excited to have, those of you who've had children, you're just so, excited, and you can't wait to welcome that child. And so we were just gearing up for, him to come, and we didn't even know if it was a boy or girl at the time. But we were gearing up for that. And then all of a sudden we find out that my mother has cancer. And she was completely healthy, no prior problems at all, like nothing, like she was super healthy. So basically he was due in October. We find out in August that my mom has cancer. 7 weeks after he was born, my mother passed away. So that was one of the first times that I had just experience this major high but major low at the same time, and just trying to get through that. And I will say that God is my strength, and my faith is a huge part of my life. And so he is the one that I turn to, and he got me through that time. And I will say his grace is sufficient, and it truly is. So that was kind of the first thing. And then fast forward about a year later, and that was right around 9/11 too, y'all. This was like the 9/11 time. My son was born right after 9/11. So we knew, with my husband being in the military, I mean, immediately when we saw, what was going on, the towers, I knew that my husband would be gone. Like, that was not even a question. I knew he would be deployed. So within a year, he had his first deployment. And this was crazy for me because I will never forget, we were celebrating him coming home from his first job that he had. He had worked a job, but we were self-employed. We had something on the side that we were working on. So we were so excited. It was his last day at that job. He was turning in all of his stuff. I had a cake. I had like a freedom party. Like, I had like all this stuff. We were so excited. We were going to be working together at home, like the two of us, entrepreneurs doing this. And I had like American flags and all this stuff, kind of, like the freedom, like it's our time for us to be free from like corporate world, and we're going to be together working this business. And no, kid you not, the night that we were celebrating, he gets a phone call that he is getting deployed. I've never done this, but I went to the bedroom and just cried and screamed. I was so distraught, like so upset. So anyway, that was the next thing that and of course my mom, I didn't have my mom, and she, it hadn't even been a year that she had passed away. So he was deployed. I'm not going to get into, this could go on and on forever, and we would be here all night. He was deployed stateside. So our son and we got to go visit him some, because he was in the States, but he was up in the Washington, D.C. area. After that was over, within, I think it was less than a year or two, I can't remember how long it had been, he got deployed again to Iraq. And by this time, we had our second child, and he was only 3 months old. So here I was with two children that were young, and my husband was deployed, going off to war. I'm telling you, it was just one thing after another. And so, but God got me through all of that. And then fast forward, again, I can't give you all the details of everything, but fast forward several years later, after he had come home, we had our daughter, we had another child, and then we got pregnant with our fourth child. And we were so excited to have this baby, but when we went to the ultrasound to find out if it was a boy or girl, found out there was no heartbeat. So I was going to have to deliver this child. And I will tell you, that was probably the most devastating. Even losing my mother, as hard as that was the most devastating thing. And any of you that have lost a child or have been through a miscarriage, you understand and you know. So it was through that time of us going through that God really brought me into a deep, deep place with him. And that is how I get through any kind of emotional turmoil. I go to the Word. I go to my quiet times with God. And I will encourage you, if that is not something you have in your life, if you have not really looked to have, a relationship with God, I really encourage you in that, because that is where my strength draws from, and that is where my joy is. And so that was really part of my joy journey, of God showing me, looking back on my life and all the things I have been through, that he had been faithful and he had been there through all of that. And we didn't have oils at the time, right? Like, I had not even been introduced to doTERRA at the time. So I didn't have oils. I didn't have anything, but God is the one who is our sustainer, and he is the one that has given me joy. But I will tell you that through all of that, and after that time, there was a scripture that he gave me, and that has been my life scripture. And it's Psalm 16:11. And it says, "You will show me the path of life, for in your presence is fullness of joy." Okay, that is my life theme. And I will tell you that since that time, God has over and over and over shown me the fullness of his joy when I'm in his presence. And he continues to show me the path of life. And after all of this, God brought doTERRA into our life. And I'm so, so thankful that he showed me that there is a path of health and wellness that he wants for us, something that we need to really pay attention to, because God has created us to be whole. And we're going to talk about that tonight, how he has created us in his image, and there is a wholeness to us that he wants us to have, okay? And he also has created these amazing gifts of the earth that he has given to us, and they support our body in such an amazing way. And so I just want to share with you tonight how powerful that we can take what God has given us and we can use it for such an amazing purpose, and that we can truly find wholeness in our total being, in our mind, in our body, in our spirit. Okay, so I wanted just to give you that background and just kind of let you know, like, this class really has a deep place in me, because I know just how emotions can be crazy, and I know that there is something that we can stand firm on and know that we are going to be okay. So I just want to share that with you guys, like, because we're going through some really crazy times right now. Like, I feel like our world is just flipped upside down. We don't know what's going on. And I will just say to you that do not let all of this craziness get you to a place of just fear and anxiety and stress and worry, because it is going to cause even more harm in your body, and we don't want that. I want you to, and if you have something to take notes, please do this, because there's some things I'm going to share with you that I definitely want you to look up later. If you have not looked up Dr. Caroline Leaf, I would highly encourage you to look up Dr. Caroline Leaf. She is a neuroscientist. She has she has books out there, videos, YouTubes. She is phenomenal. And there's something that she has, there's a video, and we don't have time to show it tonight. I think I've shown a clip in my class before, but it's called Toxic Thoughts, Emotions, and Words. And in this video, she talks about how when we have a thought that comes into our mind, within the first 24 to 48 hours, we have the ability to capture that thought and eliminate it immediately. Now, if you're a believer, if you're a Christian and you've looked in the word, you know there's a scripture that talks about taking every thought captive. And it's really fun. It's just phenomenal and fascinating to think about how our body, how we were created, and how literally we have the ability to do that. So if there's a negative thought that comes into our mind, we can actually take that and capture it and just get rid of it. She teaches all about this. She teaches this, and so you've got to look her up. And I don't have time to go over all of her information, but you have to look her up, because what she says is, if we don't do that, what happens is that thought will become a semi-permanent memory. And then that is when we dwell on those things. It really starts to affect us in our mind, emotionally, physically. And she says semi-permanent because, yes, you actually can take these thoughts, and even if they're semi-permanent, later there's ways that you can get those out. But if you allow that 24 to 48 hours to go by and you are dwelling on this, you have not gotten rid of that toxic thought, then it's going to be a lot harder. It's going to be semi-permanent, so it's going to be a lot harder to get rid of that. But I just encourage you to look her up, because I think you're going to be very encouraged. She talks about how we were wired for love. We were wired for love. We're not wired for fear. And so in these times, do not let the fear take a hold of you and grip you, because that's not how you were wired. You're wired for love. Okay. All right, so let's just jump right in. I know that was a little bit of a long background little thing, but I just felt like I needed to share that with you guys to give you a little bit of where we're headed. Okay, so let me do a screen share with you guys, and we are going to get right into our class. And let me make sure, can everybody see the screen now? Okay. Tell me if you see it. Tell me if you can see the PowerPoint. It should say essential emotions. Okay, Teresa's got her thumbs up. All right. Kristen, or is it popping up yet? Oh no, I don't know if I would imagine on a phone it does, but I do not know for sure if you're on a phone, if it's, okay, but I think it's working. So I think I'm just gonna keep on going. All right, so essential emotions. Here we go. Let me get down here to my little, there we go, here it is. Okay. So, would you like to be happier, more connected, and empowered? So, of course, we all would, right? We want to be happy. We want to be more connected with what's going on in our body. We want to be empowered to make good choices and do the right thing and have health in our life. So, you actually are the one that holds the key to your happiness and health. And what I like I share this a lot to, for people to choose joy. Like we have the ability to choose joy. And just like what we were talking about is when we have any of these emotions and things that come up in our life or thoughts, we have that ability to take control of those things. And I mean, honestly, if you're a believer, you know that you have God, you have the Holy Spirit to help you with that. And I'm so thankful that we do because sometimes we just can't necessarily do it on our own, and we need that help for sure. So in this essential emotions class, you will learn the science behind emotion and essential oils. We're going to learn the tools and habits for healthy body chemistry. And then we're also going to talk about practical emotional wellness steps that you can take now. All right, so I already mentioned this, that you are created to function as a whole. Now, I think this is very interesting when we think about this. The spirit, mind, and body are inseparably connected, and they're communicating at a cellular level. Now, I looked up the spirit, okay? This comes from the Greek word pneuma, and this is the part by which we apprehend realities intuitively without reasoning upon them. It's with this we touch, see, serve, worship God. It's the very inmost consciousness of the man and woman. It is the part that survives death. Okay, so that is the spirit. Now, the mind is the conscience, the will, the emotions. All right, and sometimes it's referred to as the soul. But it is the psyche. It includes the intellect, the affections, and the will. It's really the seat of the feelings, desires, and aversions. So that is the mind. All right. And then, of course, the body is our physical being. That's our body. That's pretty self-explanatory. But when you think about spirit and mind, those two are really, they're mysteriously tied together, and they make up what scriptures call the heart. Okay, so it's just a really interesting thing to think about, but for total wellness, for us to function as a whole, we need all of these working well together, the spirit, the body, and the mind. And then we have total wellness. And you see that you need to be nourishing each part of those. Okay, you need to be nourishing the spirit, the mind, and the body. I love, like I said, in the morning is my favorite time when I have my coffee and I sit down with my Bible and I have my quiet time. And I'm really just feeding my spirit. I'm listening to what God has to say through his word. I'm praying. That's like that part. And then mind, I do a lot of personal development, like a lot. Like I listen to podcasts, I read books, I do a lot of, just really, helping just to learn and, do that. And just, again, mindset with emotions and just, affirmation type things and all that could be included in that as well. Body is, our physical, the way we eat, if we eat, healthy, exercising and all of those things. So we need to be taking care of all those different areas. All right, so our body is made up of intelligent cells wired to restore health. This means your body is brilliant in design and naturally wants to be balanced and whole, right? So this is how we were created. Our master designer, our creator who made us in God's image, made us to be balanced and whole. Now your health and happiness, this kind of looks like a little, it's not a pot of gold, but like, I don't know, something of gold. So your health and happiness is more precious than gold. So today we are going to learn about, and I invite you to learn about your amazing body and just listen to what it might be teaching you. Okay, so to learn the language of your body, you need to know what emotions are and what they are communicating. Now, this is very fascinating to me. So hang in there and just listen and just take it all in, because it's so fascinating. So neuroscientists, and that's who Dr. Caroline Leaf, that's one of the neuroscientists that I was talking about. They have discovered that emotions are information carrying molecules that bind to and react with cell receptors. They go into the cell, impacting function and behavior. So in other words, emotions in their smallest and basic form are chemical molecules. So in this image, you can see this, that the cell is receiving these molecules on one of its receptors. You see the picture there? Receptors are molecules that function as senses or scanners, much like our eyes and ears. The receptors gather in a cluster at the surface of a cell, waiting for a chemical to attach a message. So this new information is received inside the cell, impacting your energy level, your behavior, and your mood. I think this is just fascinating. Like, is this not just amazing to think how emotions really affect our health, and how emotions, we think of them as just a, you know, it's just a feeling or whatever. No, it is chemically, there is something chemical going on in our body, and it really does affect everything. Our energy, our behavior, our mood. So to me, this is it's just a fascinating piece of information. Because emotions are chemicals, they are not limited to the mind. And that's what we kind of typically think, right? Like, you think that they're just, you know, it's a mind thing or whatever. They're not limited to the mind. Emotions flow and are processed throughout the body. Okay, so science reveals that there are complex neural processing functions in the mind, the heart, and the gut. These are considered the three brains. And they are neural networks with independent memory and intelligence. This means that you can actually process feelings in each of these brains. Okay, so we're going to take a look at this a little bit deeper. And I promise we're getting to all the essential oils and all that in just a little bit, I promise. So we just needed all this background information. Those of you who are big into science, I'm sure you are absolutely loving this right now. Okay, so the three brains, let's look at this. We've got the mind, which is logic and intellect. The subconscious mind directs over 90% of behavior. Then you have the heart, the intuition. There are more neural pathways that run from the heart to the brain than from the brain to the heart. And then you have the gut, or like you've heard it say, like the gut feeling. 90% of the body's serotonin involved in mood management is produced in the gut. Now that's pretty fascinating as well. And you may have heard that about the serotonin being produced in the gut. So we know that it's very important for us for gut health and taking care of the gut. The mind is like a conductor directing the body to feel emotionally and behave physically. The heart discerns the messages our brain receives, and the gut responds accordingly, distributing health or illness to the rest of our body. All right, now we're going to move on to this here. So this is, again, Dr. Caroline Leaf, who's the neuroscientist or neuropsychologist. The three brains communicate with each other. They feed back to and therefore influence the mind. And we're talking about how everything is connected. And so again, isn't it amazing the power your body holds to choose wellness, because everything's connected. And so, you know, we're going to find out how that's really going to affect things. So let's walk through this here. So who has ever felt like this? Okay, here's a life experience. You got the baby crying, the dog, you got the phone call. I mean, who knows what they're talking about on the other end of the line. So, you know, there's an issue going on right here. So let's just walk through how this works. This moment is recorded immediately in her subconscious mind. Okay, so this is what's happening. So in this image, you can see how each brain sends its own message. The mind might think, I have to figure this out. It's my responsibility after all, right? So that's the mind. And then the heart is feeling, I'm so overwhelmed. Maybe I'm holding too much. And then the gut reinforces, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. Okay, so all this is going on at one time as this life circumstance is happening. So then there is a reaction that occurs. So a biochemical reaction occurs after this. One may feel conflicted, confused, even notice an unsettled stomach. These negative reactions are the consequences of conflicting messages, which disrupt internal balance. So there's no balance going on right here. Something is disrupted, there's a disconnection, or what we know as dis-ease. Okay, things are not easy right now. There's dis-ease or disease, right? Okay, so that's this disconnection, the reaction. Now, when we think and feel something simultaneously, a new belief is created. In this example, she now concludes, I'm not good enough. We're always either reinforcing old beliefs or we are planting new ones. So nurturing a belief produces fruit. And the question is, are you producing good fruit or is it bad fruit? Or you could say it like this, are you cultivating a seed or a weed? All right. So again, we all can probably relate to this, that, you know, we've had situations like this. Her belief, even though this is not, you know, doesn't have to be her reality, this is what she has created because of all those feelings, that anxiousness, the overwhelm, the I'm not, you know, I've got to figure this out. And then she has this belief that I'm not good enough, I can't do this. And so it says her beliefs show up in her life, or our beliefs show up in our life and create a reality. So obviously she needs some balance in her life. So she needs some help and some balance. Now, I will say that balance oil, and I've got mine right here. If you have your balance oil, I'll encourage you to grab it and just breathe it in. If we were in a class together, sitting around a table, we would pass this around. This is our grounding blend. And balance oil is, oh goodness, it's so amazing. Like, it smells just so good. So I'm going to put a little bit on. If you have some there, do that. I would love for y'all to just put some balance on. And we're going to talk about this here in a minute. But I also want you just to do a little activity with me right now, if you will. If you will, let me just check something real quick. Okay. All right. So I invite you just to close your eyes. Okay. Just close your eyes for just a minute. And just listen to the language that your body is speaking to you. So do you feel whispers of head tension or stomach pain? Does your heart feel heavy or conflicted? Think about just the activities of your week. Just take a minute and think about it. So based on what you discovered, what is one weed that you want to remove from your life? Okay, so it might be a negative thought, a relationship, a substance. For instance, I may have the thought pattern, I'm overwhelmed, I'm stressed, things are crazy. If you feel that you know what that weed is, if you already can feel that, like, okay, yeah, this is not really a good thought, or this is not a good thing in my life right now. If you know what that is, go ahead and just jot it down, like just write it down somewhere. And if not, it's okay, because as we go along, the class moves along, then you're probably it'll become a little more clear. Okay. So we've talked about just this whole body, you know, mind, spirit, this whole connection, and how these emotions are processed in our body, right? So we've already talked about that. Now we're going to switch gears just a little bit, and we're going to talk about the power of the body we're going to talk about how essential oils fit into the picture, and how these oils are just a tremendous, just an amazing wellness tool that we can use to support our body and our overall wellness. Okay, so I've already mentioned balance. And so let's just look at it again. Balance actually is a mood blend. Okay, it's our grounding blend. It's very calming. It's very grounding to the central nervous system. Okay, that's one of the properties. That's one of the things it does. It helps to calm things down and to balance and just to help with any stressors, right? It contains frankincense, which is our king of oils. Which is a powerful cleanser and a magnifier, opening up the mind. It's really just an amazing, amazing oil. Okay. Does anybody happen to have like just a quick little testimony of balance? Because I know I've had some people. Does anybody have something they would want to share very quickly? I can't see all of you. If you, I'm trying to see if anybody's raising their hand. I know we have a lot of people on our team and customers that have had a really just amazing, just some testimonies. I don't see anybody. If you want to chat it in, maybe you can just put it in the chat. Like if you have a little testimony you want to share about balance, because it's definitely one of the amazing oils. Okay, I diffuse balance in my classroom. Very good. So Megan says she diffuses balance in her classroom. She's a teacher, and so balance is an incredible oil. Like I said, just amazing oil. Very good for mood balancing. So let's move on, and we're actually going to talk about a little more about balance. So the name says it all. So anxiety, good for attention deficit, hyperactivity issues, nervousness, high temper, mood swings, depression. Again, balance is one of those oils that literally you can use every single day on the bottoms of your feet. You can put it on your pulse points. You can put it behind your ears here over your heart. You can diffuse it. It's an incredible, incredible oil for helping with mood and emotions. So before we go further into talking about more oils and how they can support our body, let's look at the 3 important things about oils, because I know we probably have some new people on here who may not know as much about oils. And if you would not mind, and some of you didn't catch this in the beginning, definitely make sure in the chat you put your name and who invited you to the class. Okay, because we want to make sure that we know who's here, who's invited you. We've got a little giveaway we're doing with some of our customers and wellness advocates. So we want to make sure that everybody gets their name in for that. So if you don't mind just chatting that in at some point during the class, let us know. Okay, so the 3 important things. Let me just quickly go over these. I go over this very much in detail in my intro class. But did you know that doTERRA essential oils are 100% natural and safe? doTERRA's oils are completely pure, and we have like a little tagline that says pursue what's pure. We are so what is the word I'm looking for? Just adamant about making sure that these oils that we get in these bottles come straight from the plant. There's no pesticides used. There's no fillers or contaminants. There's anything in there. It is straight from the plant that it's sourced from, and it's distilled. It goes through distillation process. We have rigorous testing over and beyond any kind of other testing out there to make sure that there's no, like I said, no adulteration or contaminants or anything like that. It is completely pure. The other thing is they are effective. All you need is a drop, really, to get an amazing effect. 1 drop is a dose. So 1 drop of oil is the same as if I take 1 drop of peppermint oil and breathe it in or put it on my belly or put it in my water, I'm receiving the benefits of that 1 drop of oil as if I was drinking 28 cups of peppermint tea. That's how powerful and how potent these oils are. Very, very effective. A little goes a long way. And they're inexpensive. They're only cents per drop. So really, when you're trying to deal with specific issues or, health issues or emotional issues or, any kind of other issues, allergies or headaches or whatever it is, and we're not going into, all that stuff tonight, but just know that these oils, like literally there's 250 drops or 250 doses in these bottles here. And they're just so effective, and they're really just so inexpensive when you're dealing with taking care of your body and your overall wellness. Okay. So I just wanted to mention that. Now, because both emotions and essential oils are chemically based, a powerful reaction occurs as they make contact within the body. Okay, this is another fascinating thing about the oils. The essential oils are very chemically complex, which is why each oil is able to have so many uses and applications. So they are versatile. Like every oil, there's so many different things that you can do in the oil. Like, I mean, peppermint oil, I can use that for energy and just uplifting the mood or whatever, but I also can use it for like an insect repellent to get rid of ants. I can also use it for my stomach, for digestive issues, or, you know, a headache, or, so they're just really, really versatile, but they do this amazing job in our body of trying to restore balance. And I absolutely love this about the essential oils. Essential oils are very efficient at detoxing the cell and restoring proper cell function. So they work just with our cells beautifully, going in through, passing through the cell membrane and doing all this repair work. So it's almost like they are just kind of nurturing the good and flushing out the bad. Okay, really like this detoxification process. So it's amazing how biocompatible essential oils are within the body, for definitely, and we just love it. Now, wild orange is one that we absolutely love, and again, I wish we were together so you could smell it. If you have wild orange, grab it. It's amazing. Like, it just smells like, I mean, you just took, you know, took some one of those little things, what's it called, I don't know, to cut your orange with, where you, I don't know what it's called, but anyway, and it's like you can see it's spritzing off of the skin. So the oils, the citrus oils, that's where with like a wild orange, the oils come from, like the rind or the skin around the orange. So this one is wild orange, invites connection in the body, and it stimulates energy. Okay, many people love to put wild orange in the diffuser. I love this one in the diffuser. I like to blend it sometimes with mint oils. But I love the wild orange, or any of the citrus oils for that matter, because it does help to really boost the mood. It helps to diminish feelings of overwhelm, anxiety, depression even. I mean, people that the wild orange or any of these citrus oils are just so good to help lift us up and just boost the mood. So a lot of times I do this even, you know, in the afternoon, especially when you're just kind of going through like that afternoon slump. I like to put the citrus oils in the diffuser. Love it. Now, let's talk a little more about citrus. So limonene is a chemical found in the peel of citrus fruits. Limonene is used to promote weight loss and helps with depression and anxiety. It's recommended to ingest drops of citrus oil every day. Yes, you can actually put them in your water. You can drink them, which I've got lemon oil. I'll just do that right now. Only use glass or stainless steel containers when adding oils to your water. So I can literally just put that in my water and drink that throughout the day. And like it said over there on the other slide, it's helping to flush out, detox. It's doing that in my body. So love that. Love the lemon oil in my water. There's a lot of other citrus oils that I absolutely love. There's one, this one is Citrus Bliss. It's one of my favorites, and I diffuse it like all the time. I love this one. It has a blend. You see what's here: wild orange, lemon, grapefruit, mandarin, bergamot, tangerine, clementine, and then it has a little hint of vanilla to it. So it helps to cleanse and purify the air, helps to reduce stress, uplift the mood. It positively affects the mood with energizing and refreshing properties. And this one I'm going to tell you about at the end. If you're not yet a doTERRA member or customer, you can actually get this one free, and I'll tell you how you can get that. I love this oil. It's wonderful. So one of the reasons essential oil molecules go cellular so quickly is because they are extremely molecularly dense. Now, this is another fascinating fact here. So one drop of essential oil has 40 million trillion molecules. That's 40,000 molecules for each cell. Tiny molecules from the chemical compounds in essential oils can service every cell of the body within minutes. Now, if that's not fascinating, right? Like, it's just amazing. I love this. Because of their chemical complexity, essential oils promote emotional and physical detox. Okay, again, we're talking about detoxing, just cleaning out that cell, just taking care of things. The 40 million trillion molecules in essential oils meet the molecules of emotion at the receptor site. So you can see here that, again, that receptor site, it meets those chemical molecules, connect together, and essential oils can clear those receptor sites, removing conflicting cellular messages, and then pass through the cell membrane, encouraging the cell to restore and to maintain its natural intelligent design. Now, this is just, again, so fascinating. Now, the body is organic, so we need tools that are whole. Essential oils are natural compounds inside plants. This is one of the reasons essential oils do not carry side effects. Here's a picture of a peppermint leaf, right? And if you grow peppermint in your garden, you've rubbed your finger across that leaf and you smell that oil. So you can see at the bottom here, this is a magnified peppermint leaf. The oil sacs sitting on the surface of the peppermint leaf in the magnified photo are the volatile life force of the plant. Essential oils course through the plant, helping the plant to defend, nourish, and repair itself. Okay, so again, it's very important here that you see that doTERRA has the CPTG. We already talked about, you know, how they are pure oils and all that. And it's just important to know, as all essential oils out there are not the same. I mean, there's so many oils, essential oils on the market that really are not oils at all. They're synthetic, they're fake. Most of them actually are. If you did a test on them, you would find out it's not a real oil. 80 to 90%, or maybe even more, of essential oils on the market, out in the marketplace, I would say probably closer to 90%, are contaminated or adulterated in some way. So you need to make sure that you're using a reliable source. And I will tell you, doTERRA is they're testing and everything. You know that you're getting a pure quality oil with doTERRA, and I'm so thankful for that. Okay, so essential oils are dynamic, supporting your body physically and emotionally, shifting and changing intelligently as they interact with your body's biochemistry. So you will discover that each and every essential oil has both physical and emotional components and applications. And that's what I said is, you've got, you know, again, you might have one that's going to support your body physically, but it's going to also, it can uplift the mood. So you're getting like, what is it? Somebody I've heard say, instead of side effects, you're getting side benefits. So when you're using an oil for one thing, you're actually getting benefits of it, you know, helping with other things, which is awesome. I absolutely love that. So, all right, so now the fun part, we're going to dig more into just more essential oils and how they work. So let's do that. So again, peppermint oil, oh my goodness, mental support, focus, mental fog, head tension. It is definitely one of doTERRA's most popular oils. And now I don't know what I did with mine. Oh, here it is. So usually when we're in a class together, this is one I will pull out in the very beginning. Oh, wow, it's a brand new bottle. I didn't know that. I was filling some sample drams. If y'all follow me on Instagram, you saw you might have seen my little samples I was filling. So I had to get out a new peppermint. So this one, I just love to breathe it in. It's amazing, again, to open up the airways. It helps to energize. It helps with oxygenating and supporting brain focus. It's very good for that. It's a great one to breathe in and use before you even go, like for a workout or something. Kind of, it's just going to bring more oxygen into the, you know, help just your blood and everything. It's just wonderful. But emotionally, again, it's going to help with just kind of brain mental fog. It's going to help with that. So this is one we love to use for sure. Now let's talk a little bit. Whoops. Skipped over that. So I love this part of the class where I can talk about this, because I think it's just amazing too, is that aromatically is one of the ways that we use the oils. There's 3 different ways, and we're going to talk about all of them. But aromatically is the first way. And there is a reason that this process is called aromatherapy, right? Because smell is the fastest way to affect the mood. And it's the quickest way to get into the deepest parts of the mind brain. All right. I just think this I love just sharing about this. So our sense of smell is 10,000 times more sensitive than any of our other senses. There are smell receptors on every organ of the body. Is that not crazy to think about? There's smell receptors on every organ of the body. as you inhale, I'm still smelling that peppermint. Oh my goodness, I love it. It's so good. As you inhale an essential oil, those aromatic molecules travel up through the nasal passages to the olfactory bulbs, which are linked directly to the emotional or the limbic part of the brain. So smell is actually the only direct access to the amygdala. The amygdala is where emotional memories and experiences are stored. All right. So aromatic inhalation, just breathing that smell in, it helps to unlock the amygdala. This is how inhalation creates an immediate emotional impact. All right. Now, if you think about this, I just like to use the example. I mean, listen, when I wake up and somebody's up before me and they've already made the coffee, I'm smelling that coffee and it is smelling good and I am loving it. It's awesome. I'm ready to get up now, right? Any coffee people, give me a little something in the chat. Raise your hand. Any coffee? Oh, see some thumbs up. I can't see everybody right now. I wish I could see all of y'all. But seriously, or think about when you walk into a bakery. Oh my word. I mean, like, chocolate chip cookies or cupcakes or pastries or whatever, just how it just makes you feel. I mean, it's just the smell. And then of course, when it says it unlocks, the amygdala, like the emotional memories, like you can smell something and it can take you back like 30 years. And you're back at, your childhood in your grandma's house or whatever. So, I mean, smell is just, let me see if I can see, I was seeing a chat there. It is the fastest way to boost the mood. Now, it also can work the opposite. If you smell something that doesn't smell good, then what's going to happen to your mood? You're not going to be too happy. So I just love this. And I have to share this because I was getting ready to teach my Oils of the Bible class. And actually that morning I'd sat down and do my quiet time and I'd never really seen this scripture before. And it just jumped out at me. I'm sure I'd read it before, but it just really jumped out. And so it's Proverbs 27:9, and it says, oil and incense bring joy to the heart. Or another version says, ointment and perfume make the heart glad. Now, is that not just awesome? Like, I mean, God made all of these smells. Like, he made the roses and and actually Wayne just planted roses in front of his shop. He loves roses and we just put them right there in front of his shop. So every day he's going to walk in his shop smelling those roses. But like, I'm just saying, like, that is so awesome. Like, this is what God made. He gave us these amazing aromas. And it really is something, and it's not even the fact that, I mean, even just the smell itself is something that is going to have an emotional impact, that's going to boost our mood and help us to feel better. Yes, there's all these other properties in the oils that are just phenomenal. I mean, like, antidepressant properties and viral and bacterial, and I mean all these different properties in the oils that can have an effect on our body chemically, for sure. But even the chemical aspect of just the smell itself is I just think it's fascinating. So I'm so thankful that we have these oils that we can use to help us in these times. So let's move on. The second way we can use essential oils for emotional support is by applying them topically. So essential oils are transdermal. This means they're tiny molecules, can pass through your skin and go straight into your circulatory system. Applied anywhere on the body, essential oils will penetrate every cell. So topical application stimulates self-repair. And you can see here all the different places you can apply. I'm not going to just go over everything because I need to kind of keep moving on, but I mean, just here's areas that you can actually apply them and get specific, localized support for your body. And I will mention this really quickly, that it's never a bad idea to dilute an essential oil when you're applying topically with a carrier oil. And this is a fractionated coconut oil here. But it's never a bad idea to dilute the essential oil. You can take a little, just a pump of your carrier, put essential oil in there and just apply it topically over your body. Okay, now this is one that a lot of people like for occasional head tension, confusion. It's a great topical blend. It can be, you know, emotionally, again, it can help with just, you know, just feelings of just confusion, or if you start getting a headache or head tension. And some people use it preventatively, that are prone to headaches and head tension, using it more just preventatively as like every day, just kind of as a maintenance, and so a routine. So that's something you might want to consider if that's something that you deal with. It also helps to release tension from our past. Okay, so that's something else. Now, internal use, I already mentioned this, but yes, that we can take these internally in water under the tongue, or in a little small gel cap. Like we have these little veggie capsules that you can actually take the oils internally like that. So let me see, hold on. I'm trying to get my chat. Oh, okay. I'm seeing y'all are talking. That's good. I haven't been watching on the chat. So these are the little veggie capsules that you can drop the essential oils in and take it internally that way. So internal consumption of essential oils does help, it balances chemical reactions. So you can take those. It's a great way to use the oils. Now I'm going to talk about, whoopsie, let's go back to On Guard really quick. So On Guard is definitely one of the favorites for right now, and I'm pulling it out of my, On Guard is our protective blend. Physically, it protects the body against seasonal threats and just, you know, all the crud going around and sickness stuff, bacteria, viruses. We diffuse it, we apply it topically, we can take it internally. Emotionally, it protects against environmental threats, promotes emotional boundaries. It can protect against feelings of vulnerability. Goodness, I couldn't say that word. So On Guard is just one you just want to have. I mean, you don't want to be without it, honestly. It is an amazing oil. Now, Serenity. Who loves some Serenity? Oh my goodness, this is one of my favorites for sleep, for relaxation, for calming. It is just one of the oils that I absolutely love. I like to put it behind my ears, on my, Luann raised her hand, yes, on the pulse points here, bottoms of feet. You can spray your pillow with it or put a drop on your pillow. And so I guess, Luann, you were raising your hand that you like the Serenity. Tell me if it was anything else, if you have a question or something. But yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, Serenity is so amazing. It's a beautiful blend of oils. It is one of my top go-tos for sleep. So we absolutely love that. Or just relaxation. People and anxiety, that's another. Actually, you can combine the Serenity and Balance together, and even some vetiver oil. So Serenity, Balance, vetiver is a really, really great combination for anxiety issues. That would be something you'd want to put in a roller bottle, like maybe 10 drops of each, and put the rest, fill the rest with a fractionated coconut oil. And when I say roller, I'm talking about like, and look, I'm pulling out my Peace roller. Like a roller bottle like this, if you're not familiar. It has the little roller bottle. Oh my goodness, we're gonna talk about Peace in a minute. Okay, all right, moving on. Goodness, we gotta keep going. I told you I wasn't gonna keep you here all night. All right, so Elevation. Oh my goodness, this is the joyful blend, and it is so joyful. I have to tell you this story. So I got Elevation in the mail as a gift from one of our leaders. And it was so funny that day. This is how God takes care of us. I had it in my little doTERRA cart to get. I was going to order it because I didn't have it. This was kind of in the beginning of the business. I didn't have this oil. And then I was like, no, I'm just going to hold off. Well, that very day, it shows up in my mailbox. Now, if that isn't like a little just surprise from God. But it's the joyful blend. And you know, I'm all about joy. So I put it in my diffuser. I was like, oh, this smells so good. It's so different. I put it in my diffuser, and then just a little bit of time passed by, and then Ayla, our daughter, walked in the kitchen, and I was like, what is that smell? I said, something smells really good. I said, did you like wash your hair in something, or what did you do? And she was like, Mom, you've got that oil in the diffuser that you put in there. So I was smelling the Elevation. I didn't even know that's what I was smelling because I wasn't used to that one, but it smelled so good, and I absolutely love this one. So if you don't have the Elevation, you definitely need it. It's amazing. All right, so we've kind of looked at some essential oils. We've highlighted a few. I do have a few more that I'm going to go over towards the end, but I don't want this class to go by without me mentioning our lifelong vitality, because I mean, obviously the essential oils have such power in helping with physical, emotional well-being. But we also have something that's going to also support the three brains. And that is our lifelong vitality pack. And this is something I cannot say enough about for optimal wellness. Gut, brain, heart health are all interconnected. And so essential oils are most effective when combined with good nutrition, digestive health, and proper circulation. Okay. So this is the Lifelong Vitality, and it's a daily supplement trio that lays a very strong foundation for physical and emotional health. It provides an excellent source of minerals, micronutrients, and healthy fats. So really, it just, again, it gives that support to those three brains, those three areas. So the Z Omega has 9 essential oils and omega fatty acids. It also helps with brain nourishment, heart, circulatory health, digestive functioning. 90% of all oil in herbs and supplements are dehydrated. So when you take those vitamins in your body, or vitamins, your body can't absorb those nutrients because it's missing the key components of the essential oils. So really, it's very important that, I mean, there's a lot of different supplements on the market, and honestly, a lot of them have like junk in there, like fillers and dyes and all kinds of stuff. These are bioavailable. Our body actually absorbs what's in there, and they're so good for our body, just giving us that just foundation for optimal health. We get antioxidants in there. We get the, you know, for immune function, helping with that. So there's just so many things in the Alpha CRS Plus and the Microplex VMZ. All these are so good for our body. Now, we also talked about the gut. Now, we have a whole cleansing system. It's a 30-day cleanse. These are some of the products in that. So gut cleansing restores clear thinking and improves mood. So it's so important to be making sure that we're taking care of our gut. For our probiotic, you know, using our lemon oil. We have a detoxification blend, the oil, and a supplement you can take. Terrazyme, I can't say enough about Terrazyme. It's enzymes that our body needs to just help with supporting just conversion of food to cellular energy and healthy production of metabolic enzymes. So all of this is just, if you are not taking care of your digestive system, low digestive function has been scientifically linked with low mood. And we already talked about that 90% of your body's serotonin is produced in the gut. So we cannot just gloss over this, and this is a huge component, and it's something that's very important to consider. And doTERRA has such amazing supplements to help us with this. So I'm so thankful for that. The PB Assist is amazing, the probiotic that we have. So I want to make sure you know how important all of this is for sure. So, oh my goodness, whew, that was a lot of information. So take just a second, breathe. I promise we're going to come to a close here in just a minute, but I will say, if you can hang in there with me, I'm giving a prize at the end. So if you can just hang on just a few more minutes, then I'm going to just kind of close things out. But I want you just to take a minute, just breathe. Okay, close your eyes again and just breathe. Do y'all know that deep breathing is another thing that's so good for our body? Just taking a minute and breathing, filling our lungs, fill your mind with just light, hope, possibility. Just, I'm so thankful to be able to share. Really, we always talk about these bottles are like little drops of hope, and truly it is. But I want you to think about this statement. I am created to function as a whole. Now, just exhale everything your body doesn't want to feel, and just like give yourself permission to let it go. Now, remember that one weed that you identified. So we want to remove that so we can create place for new growth. With all the tools I've explained, ask yourself, what do I need to plant? It could be a new belief, relationship. It could be, you know, I don't know, whatever it is. So just think about that. Like, and as I'm thinking about this, like this scripture came to my mind, and I know I've shared a lot of different scriptures, but that's just who I am. It's how I live. But Philippians 4, many of you are familiar with it. But it talks about how we should think on whatsoever things are true, honest, just, pure, lovely, of good report, and if there be any virtue, any praise, think on these things. So I know that you've been bombarded with so much, and we are every single day, but I want to encourage you to not think on that stuff. If it doesn't line up with what I just shared, true and honest and pure, and then you know what? We don't need to be thinking on those things. So I just want to encourage you. You can open your eyes. You probably already have them open, but open your eyes back up. So you might be thinking, okay, oh my goodness, this is a ton of information. Like, where in the world do I even begin? Oh, Kristen said, I love that verse. Yes, I do too. So where do I begin? Well, actually, doTERRA does have a really cool emotional aromatherapy line. So if you're wondering, like, okay, where would I even start to kind of really support my emotions with the oils and help with that? The emotional aromatherapy line would be a great place to start. And this has, you can see there's a wheel here, and it shows you different feelings, different emotions, different feelings. And if you're feeling these things, then you can take these oils that help to support your body. Okay, so if you're discouraged, gloomy, distressed, then the citrus oils are going to be amazing. If you're feeling, lethargic or like apathetic, like you're just, like, or insecure, the mint oils. And I love that Motivate is, and I'm trying to find it. Oh, it's one of my favorites. And this is in the touch, but Motivate is actually a blend, a combination between the mint and the citrus. And that's how you see all the other ones on the wheel, is you can see that they've taken these, the blends, they're all blends, and they'll combine different parts, the trees and the florals, or the floral and the mint. It's just so amazing and beautiful how they've done this, and they've created these different blends to help to support our emotions. So let's go through them quickly. So cheer oil, love cheer. Oh my goodness. Promotes feelings of optimism. It helps to counteract negative emotions of feeling down, blue, low. You can diffuse it. You can apply it topically. Love the smell of cheer. It is definitely one of my favorites. Motivate, hands down, I think is my favorite of the emotional line. It helps to promote feelings of confidence and courage, belief. It counteracts negative emotions of doubt, pessimism, cynicism. I think we all probably could use that right now. Love this one. It smells amazing. Y'all let me know which ones you like the best. Put in the chat which ones you like the best of the emotional line if you've used them. Sorry, I have to take some water. Forgive, promotes feelings of contentment, relief, patience. It counteracts negative emotions of anger and guilt. Okay. So this is another great one. Console. Okay. Let me just tell y'all a little secret. This is Wayne's favorite. He loves him some Console. He wears it all the time. Passion, Motivate. I'm saying, oh yes, Motivate. Love it. So Console, I love the smell of this one. Like, I don't know if you like patchouli or not, but I'm telling you what, this one, like, Wayne smells like it all the time. And I really love it. He'll put it in his beard. And anyway, I don't know. He just likes the smell of it. But he has had a lot of stress in his life. So maybe, you know what? Maybe this one just kind of resonates with him. I don't know, but he loves the smell of it. It counteracts negative emotions of grief, sadness, hopelessness. Diffuse it during times of loss, or to comfort the soul and evoke feelings of hope. This is just a great one. I don't know. I just love the smell of this one, and it just is very calming to me and relaxing too. Peace. Okay, I have to tell you a secret about peace. So this is one, when we first started with oils, our youngest was 3 years old, and he had some little 3-year-old moments. And so peace was our go-to. And so we would use it on him when he was having just a little, moment, meltdown moment or whatever. We would put it on his spine or just wherever we could get it. And it really just helped to kind of calm him down. But I really love this one. And actually it makes a lot of sense because he's had some anxiousness in his just, I mean, he has tended to have some of those feelings with certain situations. And so this one has definitely been very good for him. So would encourage you. I love the smell of peace too. It's wonderful. And passion. Passion is one that is our inspiring blend. You can diffuse this one or apply it to pulse points. A lot of people like this one almost like as a perfume and really love to use this one as well. So that's one of the other ones. So like you see, these are available in rollers as well. Okay, so these are touch rollers in the emotional aromatherapy line. Now, I wanted to mention very quickly Copaiba. Copaiba is one that can be very good for anxiety issues. It's good for pain as well, but it can help with, you can see here, it supports proper neurological function. But we love the Copaiba oil and the soft gels. They're great. Oh my goodness, do we need some help with the hormones? This is a great go-to, and I have mine somewhere. It doesn't go far from me. So this helps to balance hormones. Definitely, you know, that time of the month, it's going to help with that. It helps with cramping, but it's something good that you can use. You can apply it to the insides of your ankles. It can help with transition time, like, you know, premenopause, menopause, all that as well. But it's just really good. I mean, don't we know that our emotions, everything can fluctuate because our hormones are way out of whack and out of balance and everything. So Clary Calm is definitely one that is very good for that. Whisper is another one. Whisper Blend is another, and I don't think I have a slide for that one. Now, okay, we cannot have this class without talking about adaptive, so I definitely want to mention adaptive. Adaptive was just released this past convention, past fall, and truly it is a whole system that is all about mental wellness and really was formulated for helping to reduce stress, anxiety, all of those issues. Okay. And I want to tell you just a quick story about this one. We were at convention, and Wayne, he's had a lot of stress in his life. And so it has created just, you know, again, that whole thing that we saw about the body, all this, the stress, and then the headaches come and all that. So, and we know stress is just a big factor. So he had gotten a headache. We were at convention. I'm like, oh my goodness, no, because I know when he starts getting his headaches, sometimes it can be really bad. And we, you know, just like, we're supposed to be having fun here, and I don't want you to have a headache. But anyway, the day we got adaptive, he started just breathing it in. Like he would just take it and just rub it on his ear, like breathe it in, breathe it in. I'm telling you what, like he said he couldn't believe it. Like his headache like lifted, and then he didn't the whole time, the whole rest of the time, he did not get a headache. And it's just like this oil helped to calm any kind of stressors that were going on. So we love adaptive. It's also great for sleep. It's really good. The capsules are, so that's something if you struggle with, it can be very, very helpful for sleep. Now I want to just quickly, I'm going to run through these because we are way out of time, and I'm so sorry. I was trying to keep it to an hour. But these for the kids blends, for sure, calmer, great to help relaxation. Now listen, the kids blends are not just for kids. I mean, the adults can use them too, but this is great for sleep, for relaxation, for calming. Love that. Brave is one of our favorites. Oh my goodness, Ayla loves to wear, she loves wearing this one almost like as a perfume. It smells amazing. It smells so good. It's just so uplifting, and love the smell of the Brave. Steady is almost like a balance, but in like kids, and a kid's version, so it doesn't smell like balance, but it's got some of those same properties for calming, you know, relaxation, helping managing stress. Okay, and we have a whole kids collection, the kits. So if you that's a great just way to get them all together. It's so cute. It comes with all this you see here, so I really love that. So all right, so let me just finish up here and let you know how you can get oils. If you are not yet a doTERRA member and have an account, wholesale account, I want to tell you how you can do that, because you can purchase retail, but you see here it's too expensive, so don't do it. That's not the way you want to go. You definitely want to get the wholesale account, and the way you do that, it's a $35 membership fee, and it includes 25% off of the retail price. There's no monthly orders required. There's no selling, anything like that. It's just you get a wholesale customer account. Now, you do actually get rewarded for doing, you know, a monthly, like it's a loyalty rewards program where you actually can get below wholesale cost. And we can tell you more about that later, but it's a great, great deal. doesn't cost more or anything like that. But you also, if you want to become a wellness advocate, you can actually earn income. So that's another option for you. But it's a great way to purchase your oils. It's kind of like Sam's Club. You get a wholesale account and you can purchase, and it's just the best way. Now, you actually can get that membership fee waived with some of our kits. So I want to quickly go over them. We've got some emotional kits I want to share with you, but this one is definitely one of our popular kits, and it includes some of the oils we've talked about tonight. It includes your adaptive oil, it includes your balance oil, your peppermint, your on guard, your copaiba, your lavender is very common, your lemon. I mean, it includes some amazing, amazing oils that are so good for your body emotionally and physically. It has deep blue, which is everybody's favorite for muscle pain and things like that, digestion for digestive issues. So this kit here, and I've got my prices, I don't have it listed, but this kit with your membership and everything, you get that membership fee waived, you get your diffuser, all these. It's $249 to get this kit, to get started. And you will get a free oil. I'll tell you about that in a minute. This is another great place to start. It has your lifelong vitality, which we talked about tonight, plus your probiotic and Terrazyme. It also has your frankincense, your lavender, balance, on guard. So it has 5 oils, plus it's just, that's going to be a really good starting place for you as far as, you know, helping with the foundation for health with having the lifelong vitality. It's a $75 savings. This kit is $195. Okay. Now this, I know it might be kind of hard to see, but these are some of our emotional, basically, kits that we've kind of put together. So like if you wanted to start with the emotional aromatherapy touch kit, like you would have all those emotional aromatherapy oils in the rollers. You can get for $135 your wholesale account, your membership, and that kit for $135. And you've got your membership. You've got a great start with your emotional blends. Anyone who's already a member, then this kit would be $100. So you can get this kit for $100. Okay, because you don't have to do the add-on for the membership. And then of course the emotional aromatherapy system, you can have the oils that you can diffuse, or you can make your own rollers. It would be $194 to get that whole system kit. And then we also have the adaptive products, so you could get all of those for it looks like $150. Actually, I think that might have changed. Hold on. Yes, actually, it does not include this app. There was like an app thing. So actually, you can get with the add-on membership those 3 adaptive products for $117. So that's some savings there. And then you see your balance and copaiba. So just want to mention those. We also have, just for this month, for people just getting started, the Protect Kit, which is a great kit to get going with. It's only $125, and we can talk to you more about this later, you know, after the class. So I just wanted to mention these really quickly. This is the Respond Kit, which would be a great place to start too. It has your adaptive and your peppermint, your lavender, copaiba. So this one would be $150. Okay, now this is really fun because I am in a special program. Our team is doing a program with doTERRA called Diamond Club. Any kit that you get started with that has at least 100 PV, okay, and the wellness advocate you're working with, if they're on the meeting tonight, or if I'm the one you're working with, we can help you to know what kits qualify for this. But if it's 100 PV to $299, you will get that Citrus Bliss oil free. I love this one. It's wonderful. And then if you do anything that's 300 PV or more, then you're going to get the adaptive too. So you'll get both. You'll get Citrus Bliss and adaptive. Okay. All right. So I'm going to move right on. I will mention this. If you are interested at all in doing doTERRA as a business, I am going to be doing a business overview on Saturday after our intro class around 12 o'clock. So it'll be about 12 noon. Same Zoom login as this. So you're welcome to hop on our intro class at 11 and then listen into our business overview at 12. So I'm going to go over all that then. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of skip over these. So just quickly, what do you need to weed out? We already talked about that. Get the weeds out. What do I need to plant? New beliefs. Okay, how will I nourish the seed? And you can see this, that now our little lady here, she has changed. She's gotten rid of the weed, and now she's cultivating something positive, and she's saying, I am enough, I am whole, because now she knows how to take care of her body and her health and all of her emotions. So now this is how you have a chance to win. And what I'm giving away, I'm going to tell you right now. Well, I don't have the one I'm giving away, but I am giving away, and it's anybody on this class, okay? Anybody can win this. And the way you're going to win this is you're going to text me. You're going to text, and you see my number there. You're going to send me a text. You're going to text me either one thing you learned tonight that maybe you didn't know, or something that stood out to you, or what oil you don't have that you really want to try, or if you're ready to start with a kit and ready to get going, what kit that would be, or if you need some help with that. So just text me right now. I'm going to jot down, I don't know how many people we have. I'm going to jot down a number here. And then whoever texts me, and I'll count whoever's in that order. I already got my number down, okay? So let me see. I just want to make sure. I don't know who else still on here. But you guys just start texting me because I have me a number written down. And so somebody's going to win it. All right, and then I'll finish. Y'all see my number, right? Nobody's, okay, it's 704-202-2005. Okay, and text me your name. You got to text me your name too. If I don't have your number, you got to make sure you put your name on there. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of end with this, a couple things. So as y'all are texting me, okay, hold on, let me say. So as you claim greater wellness, remember, you fill a bucket drop by drop. You clear your mind thought by thought. You heal yourself moment by moment. Okay, so that's just kind of, so remember, you hold the key to your health and happiness, and these tools truly are a gift that you can choose to receive. And I do believe that these are gifts of the earth. They're gifts from God, our creator. He was thinking about us. Before he created us, he created these plants. So he knew what we would need. And we talk about in our Oils of the Bible class, he knew that we would need these for our body, our emotional health, our well-being. He knew how important these were. And so I'm just so thankful. I really do believe they're gifts to us and they're a blessing. And I put a couple quotes on here I thought were really good. Your brain simply captures what your mind tells it to do, and that impacts the body. It is through the mind that our soul will or will not prosper. And that's from Dr. Caroline Leaf. And then there's one more I wanted to just end with. Here is, resolve to keep happy, and your joy and you shall form an invincible host against difficulties. And that's from Helen Keller. So I want to read that one more time. Resolve to keep happy, and your joy and you shall form an invincible host against difficulties. Don't you just love that? I just thought, oh, that is such a cool quote. I wanted to share that with you guys. So let me stop the share so I can see all of you again. And oh my goodness, there you are. Yay, you're still with me. I know you're probably ready to go to bed. Listen, I would love to see people's faces. If y'all want to unmute yourself, feel free to do that. So let me see who, let's see what text I've got here. Hold on, I'm looking. Oh my goodness, wow, lots of text. Okay, so let me see. I've got to get them in order here. Okay, so who won the balance oil? Okay, so I've got, okay, y'all, I wrote down, so y'all will know, I wrote down number 5. Okay, that's my number. So let's see, we're gonna count. Okay, so, Sarah was first. Sarah, good job being first. And then let's see, Miriam, Teresa, Laura, Kim Davis, I think was number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, number 5, Kim Davis. I think she's still on there. Okay, awesome. Is that right? Did I say, is it David? Yep, Kim Davis. Awesome. Okay, Kim, you won the balance oil. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank y'all so much. Does anybody have any questions? I know you're probably ready to go to bed. I hope this was helpful to you guys. I hope that it was encouraging to you. And I just really encourage you to pull out all of those oils, diffuse every day, wear them, use them, enjoy them, and definitely always choose joy. So we have some other classes this month. Would love to have you hop on. If you know anybody who doesn't know about oils, invite them into our classes. Like I said, we have an intro class 11 on Saturday. We're doing a pregnancy baby kids class next Thursday. We have the gardening class with Lacey Grimm, our diamond leader. That's next, what is that, Monday, I think. So just check our schedule. But you guys, thank you so much for hanging in there with me. I appreciate it so much, and y'all are a blessing. Love you all. Bye. Good night. And I'm going to read y'all's chats to make sure I didn't miss anything. Love y'all. Thank y'all for hanging in there.